Hi, welcome to the webinar for Fort Worth Public Library Database Resources. My name is Katie Combs. I'm the Adult Programming Librarian for the Fort Worth Public Library. I have with me Suzanne Fritz, who is a genealogy librarian that works at the Downtown Central branch. Today we'll be just talking through some of the databases that we have for Fort Worth Public Library cardholders, specifically for adults, and how you can access them from home. And without further ado, I will let Suzanne take it away for our genealogy resources and enjoy the show.
Well, thank you, Katie. I'm going to get started with genealogy resources at the Fort Worth Public Library, and today we're going to be focusing on the database resources. With any genealogy research, there are some things you want to consider when getting started. You want to begin with yourself, work your way backward in time. Find out as much as you can by interviewing all of your elder family members. Gather information from family scrapbooks, Bibles, and photographs. This is what's going to enable you to have the information you need to search our databases. Things you're going to be looking for are date and place of birth, date and place of marriage, date and place of death, children's names, birth dates, marriage dates, military service. We have a lot of genealogy resources. There are over 9,500 rolls of microfilm, 180,000 microfiche, several hundred maps, but today I'm going to show you the database resources, including the Fort Worth Star-Telegram for obituary purposes, America's Genealogy Bank, Ancestry Library Edition, and Heritage Quest. To get started, you just want to go to our website, fortworthtexas.gov/library. Then you can go to newspapers and magazines, and then click FWL databases, and you'll see the Fort Worth Star-Telegram listed. This is going to search the Fort Worth Morning Register, the Star-Telegram, the Historic, and the Current. So I put in a name that we're searching for, a Glendine Goodson, and we see there's an obituary for her from August 8th, 1999. And here we can see the full text of the obituary where it says, Glendine Goodson of Arlington, a retired school teacher and homemaker, died Friday, August 6, 1999 in an Arlington nursing home. And then it'll give you some information about where she was born, survivors. This will all be helpful for your genealogy research. Other databases include the Ancestry Library Edition, Heritage Quest. We're going to show you quite a bit. America's Genealogy Bank is a great one. There are historical newspapers ranging from 1690 to 1922. There are American obituaries from 1977 to the present. There's a Social Security Death Index, historical documents, historical books. But today, I'm going to show you a search for a George Canada. We see in the historical newspapers, we found an item. There are 12 obituaries, and the Social Security Death Index found 8 items. Here we have historical newspapers, and it shows a casualty listing, U.S. loss, 650 deaths reported, Pennsylvania's death of casualties. Here's the full text of the article. Issued by the War Department. Issued in 1918, so we know they're World War I casualty listings, and they listed the fallen and also the wounded severely in the newspaper. And this will help you with your family history research. We also have Ancestry Library Edition. This is the popular one you've seen advertised on TV. It's the most popular online genealogy resource. It's available in person at all Fort Worth Public Library locations. There are over 200 billion images and 7,000 unique databases, and it's always growing. With the Ancestry Library Edition, this is sort of the beginning search screen. Now we can put in the name of a person we're looking for. With this search screen, it's always advisable that you want to start with the information you're most certain of and go from there. So if you know the name, put the name. If you know where they're living, put where they were living. If you know the birth year, you can add that. So we have an Edna Wegener living in Richmond County, New York, which is Staten Island, the birth year of 1921. Now we're going to get a whole list of results for Edna Wegener, but we're going to want to look at the first one, the 1940 U.S. Federal Census. Heritage Quest as well has the Federal Census, books, wills and probates, city directories, Revolutionary War pensions, Freedmen's Bank records, and a serial set. Heritage Quest is going to function on a similar premise as Ancestry, but they have unique resources as well, including city directories, census map guides. I'm showing you a city directory, which is Marigold Avenue in 1945. And we get the digitized image of Marigold Avenue showing all of the residents on that street in 1945. What's especially nice about the city directories are that it'll show the residents. So you're not only going to find homeowners, you're going to find renters. You're going to find who was living at that address in 1945. Also, to assist with your genealogical research, we have finding aid databases. These are collections that are held at the Fort Worth Public Library Archives. You can see we have a search box, and I put in the name Abby Moran. This is an excellent collection to search for genealogists. Abby Moran has a collection of papers. We see here it tells us more about her. She received her master's degree from Texas Women's University, and she became the head of the Fort Worth Public Library's Southwest History and Genealogy Department until her retirement. And she kept files about all of the different families that were researched, and they maintain these files. So if others were doing family research before you, this is a valuable collection. You can see what's previously been done, and then you're not duplicating your efforts. And there's an entire list of names on the right-hand side. For example, here is the Ball family. Once you have your information, you can save it. There's different ways of doing this. We've got a photocopier, we've got a book scanner, we've got portable scanners. From the databases, you can download, you can email yourself the articles, and I just want to encourage you to continue with your genealogical research. All contributions to your family's history and genealogy are worthwhile and rewarding. And thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. I know that was a really great resource for all of our local genealogists out there and our researchers and just anyone who's maybe at home that would want to pick up this hobby. And I think that'd be just a great resource to have. So I will go ahead and share my screen, and I will talk about a little bit about our other resources for adults. So I will be on here. So this is kind of our main database section. So we have a couple of different categories. We have our book club, business, computers, etc. I'm just going to take a couple of few. I think we have just about five resources that we're going to touch on today. So to get to this, on our main page, you would have our library page, and on the left-hand side, you would have a research button. So you would click that research button, it would take you to this database section. You'll want to also make sure that you're logged in. So you can click on your account here and sign in with your library card information. So the first one I wanted to touch on today is our GCF Learn Free database. So we can find that one under Jobs and Careers. And that's GCF Learn Free. So I had that loaded right here. I'm gonna go ahead and select that. So GCF Learn Free, they have a lot of different topics on their website that you can kind of explore depending on what you're looking for. They have computer basics, computer skills, all the Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, tutorials. They also have career planning. So if you're beginning a new career, you can even look at career planning and salary, negotiation, job search, and networking. This is a great resource for you if you're looking to expand your professional career or just looking to learn a new skill at home. So this is a really great resource. Our next resource is the Learning Express library. So that one, you can find that right under here. I have that loaded right over here, so I will select that one. So Learning Express is a great one for kids, teens, and adults. They have career preparation, high school equivalency center tests, college admissions and test preparation, and school resources for those little kiddos at home. So for adults, they can learn about more about a career, some job search and workplace skills. You also have specific exams that you may encounter while you're trying to get a new position or a new career path, and you can prepare for all those exams here. Our next one that we would like to look at today is our teachingbooks.net. So this is a great resource for those of you who are at home, maybe have become a homeschool teacher overnight. This is a great resource in order to build lesson plans and build activities for your children. So say we're at home and we want to learn more about the book Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. So you can select that book, and it has different resources. They have book guides, activities, lessons, book readings, vocabulary lists. So all these really good resources and activities for children, adults, teens that you can use at home with your child. Our other two ones are going to be in our DIY section of our databases. Is right in here, DIY. So we'll go ahead and select that. So we also have our Hobbies and Crafts Reference Center, which I have pulled up right over here. So that one you can look into arts and crafts, collecting, home and garden, indoor, outdoor recreation, needlecraft. So if you're like me and have no idea where to get started on crafting, if that's not really your thing, you can look right in here, and it does have options for you to kind of look into different arts and crafts and see how maybe you can get started as well. And our last one we want to look at today is our Home Improvement Reference Center, which is also under our DIY section. I have that one pulled up right over here. So this one, maybe you're stuck at home, just kind of staying safe at home. You want to make sure to just maybe start on that new decorating project, that new home improvement project. You can look in here and find different resources, or you could browse through all of these other resources. Maybe you have want to remodel, or you want to look into different home maintenance. This is a great resource to just be able to have that knowledge of how to smartly redecorate and fix your home. And we did have one last one. This one you can find through Learning Express. This is a My Skills, My Future. And this one is a really great resource for what's going on right now in the world with the COVID. If you are looking for a new career or a new place of employment, you can enter in your current or maybe your past job, and it matches you with a career that is good, that you can kind of use those skills to go into a next place of employment. So all of these databases are all free. You just need to sign in with your library card, and you do have access to all of these really, really, really great resources within your library card. So that is it for my resources. We also just want to say thank you so much for continuing to use our online resources during this time. If you have any questions on how to use a resource or have any trouble accessing your account, please give us a call at 817-392-7323 or shoot us an email at digitallibrary@fortworthtexas.gov. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you have a great week.